a quick update on NAR lawsuit drama. So I saw this article a couple days ago. Louisiana agents are the latest to sue NAR over membership rules that limit MLS access. And this is similar to what I talked about with the Phoenix Association of Realtors and how NAR has begun the process of revoking their charter because Phoenix Realtors offered a way for agents to access the MLS without paying national or state dues. But the problem I have with that is that that local association is still charging to give access to agents to the MLS. So the agents are paying the MLS, but they also have to pay this association as a gatekeeper. Why can't they give agents direct access? All right, now these Louisiana agents are also alleging reputational damage caused by scandals and lawsuits. And it says here that Louisiana agents sue NAR and local associations. Complaint was filed by 2 real estate agents and 2 brokers. In addition to NAR, the lawsuit names Louisiana Realtors Association, so state, Rome MLS, MLS, and then several local associations, all right? Plaintiffs allege that the groups have engaged in anti-competitive practices that include forcing agents to pay for 3 memberships, state, local, and national, to access multiple listing service data. So they're saying basically you have to join as a realtor, which is an all or nothing proposition, 3 in 1. You have to join all 3 levels to become a realtor. So they're saying that you have to join all of that to get MLS access. Such restrictions on data usage create significant barriers to conducting business. Without access to the market MLS, agents cannot effectively analyze and disseminate this essential information for buyers and sellers. What's interesting is that part of NAR's empire is having these relationships with these local MLSs. I mean, like I said in other videos, MLSs could easily be statewide or even national, but they're all fragmented into regional territories, and that's in part because they're in bed with local associations that funnel agents to them. So it's a total mess. One way that NAR could easily restrict their exposure to this sort of stuff is stop gatekeeping the MLSs, for crying out loud. But I mean, they're this kind of symbiotic relationship where the MLSs depend on these realtor associations just funneling licensees into their membership, and then of course the MLS is beholden to these local boards. It's a total mess. And so the plaintiffs also allege that the ongoing scandals and legal issues surrounding NAR, including sexual harassment allegations, extravagant spending. Speaking of extravagant spending, wait until NAR ponies up the hundreds of millions of dollars for the settlement from that Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit. And antitrust investigations have harmed the reputation of the entire industry. You know, NAR has lawsuits going on all the time. And this, who knows what will come of this? It'll be interesting to see because, let's see, I think I saw somewhere in here how much they're asking for. Okay. The plaintiffs are asking for treble damages of not less than $10 million. $10 million is a lot of money, but on the scale of what NAR just settled on, that's very small. I mean, they just did a $420 million settlement, I think it was. So will NAR settle? I mean, sometimes lawsuits don't have merit. Not saying this, I mean, some of the things they're mentioning here, obviously I'm not reading the complaint itself, nor am I some legal scholar, but it's true that part of NAR being the dominant force is by having this feudal network of national, state, and local associations that are working closely hand in hand with MLSs that basically create this funnel where if you get a real estate license and you want to conduct business, they act as a gatekeeper, a barrier of entry that you must cross in order to get access to all the tools, namely MLS and professional forms. So here's I'll say it again just to summarize and wrap this thing up, but NAR could limit their exposure by stop gatekeeping MLSs. I think ultimately somewhere this has got to give, because I think in the other video, the Arkansas Association of Realtors was asking NAR if they could remove themselves from the 3-tier system. This 3-tier system is really frustrating agents where you have to join all 3 levels. And if NAR wants to fix that, eliminate the local associations. Just do that. Roll them into the statewide association. And for agents that complain that they don't have an alternative, that's not true. That's not true. And I think in 2025, we're going to see more and more, including a project I'm working on as well, link in the description. But more brokerages that offer non-realtor alternatives, meaning a full service brokerage where you have all the tools you need without having to join an association of realtors, because no one's forcing you to join the association of realtors. Yes, they are gatekeeping resources. And in, I think it might be different in other states, because in California, they have an MLS only access, but you still have to go through a local board of realtors, which is a problem. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens. My thought is, some of these allegations here make sense to me as someone that's been a realtor for over 2 decades, and I understand. And I'm a member of multiple local associations as well. We just had to pay a bunch since it was December, but I understand that they act as a gatekeeper, and it's very frustrating. But alternatively, agents can be independent, and it gets easier than ever to have a lockbox that's outside of the realtor system, to use an MLS. There's a wonderful MLS that is not affiliated with these boards of realtors. So there are alternatives if you don't want to opt in to the realtor network. But ultimately, something like this is not going to sink NAR. This is inconsequential in the big picture. Although it could make some positive changes for agents that don't like having to buy into this all or nothing system that they have, namely the 3-tier and also gatekeepers to the MLS. Anyway, I just want to share this. If you have a thought, please leave a comment. I do enjoy reading them. Thank you.